Ministering Angels by Lori A. Thompson. Chapter 25. Adventure at Aiden's. Looking down over a portion of the island, the leaves and branches rustle in the sunlight. Cracking sounds echo off the dense wall of trees. It is Nathan, smacking his stick against the overhanging branches. He is on his way to Aiden's home. Instead of taking the cleared path made by many seasons of trekking back and forth by Aiden and the other boys to and from the cave, Nathan chooses to carve out his own way there. He takes his time meandering about, exploring every foot of ground. With his stick, he pokes and flips over fallen tree parts. He never was sure what he was set out to discover, but every inch of the island is his playground. Joe has stopped keeping tabs on Nathan. Joe's overall opinion of Nathan's uselessness keeps him from assigning him more responsibilities. Nathan learns that he's much happier staying out of Joe's way. He never asks for extra assignments. He just meets the boys about the island, offering his assistance. The boys are always happy to receive more help. Today, Nathan sets off to help the animal clan. Nathan arrives at Aiden's home, anxious and ready to work. He searches the fort, first calling out and then pausing for a response. Up and around the tree he climbs, walking through each room, finally reaching the top. He calls out the window. Running down the stairs and out the door, he's confident they must be at the shore instead. Breaking through the trees at full speed, he comes to an immediate stop at the water's edge. Puzzled, he isn't sure where to look next. He calls out towards the ocean. He looks down into the ocean, wondering if they could be underwater. Quickly sacrificing that idea, he returns to Aiden's fort. He decides he will find things to do there while he waits their return. The second time he enters Aiden's living area, he slows his pace. It has been some time since he's been there, and as he reviews the rooms more closely, it's clear the boys have made themselves comfortable. The only space they left untouched is the top level. Not only is it left untouched, it is completely unkempt. The birds have taken the room unto themselves. Feathers and fecal matter cover the floor. Nathan is pleased to take on the task of cleaning this room. He wants to make the room look as Aiden once enjoyed it, making the project seem worth the effort. The other floors are being rearranged to suit the new inhabitants. The middle level has become the area where boys can come and hang out. The boys have made extra chairs and stools to accommodate large gatherings. Many nights they've met up here to recoup from their long days of work. Joe keeps a strict schedule, yet no one complains, but it is nice to have a place to escape and enjoy. Nathan decides to stop wasting time and starts to work. He returns to the cave after a full day's work. He's starving and curious to meet up with the animal boys. They still haven't returned. He wonders what they've been up to. He's also anxious to see their reaction to the overhaul he's performed on Aiden's house. Half-heartedly looking for the boys, he makes his way around the fire. He eats his food while walking, participating in light chatter with those he bumps into. Maintaining his freedom to meander about, he encourages the boys in their games but doesn't partake. A pat on the back and a cheer is all he shares, keeping himself moving about the room. Nathan realizes he has made it all the way around the room when he starts bumping into the same scenes as before. At first, he doesn't know what to think. He stands still. His mind is hazy. He has lost his intent. A conversation between two disagreeable boys filters into Nathan's perspective as a deep murmur. Undetectable opinions. Amongst the indistinguishable banter, spikes one wave of sound his mind grips hold of. Aiden. Animals. Believe it. Nathan's eyes allow the cave to come into view. Irritated with himself for losing his focus, he moves in on Joe, determined to get answers. Nathan bumps into Joe, insisting he gives him attention. Joe, Nathan states firmly. Joe jolts, then shifts his body away from Nathan deliberately. Nathan is oblivious to his intimidating gestures as he shoves his way in front of Joe again. Joe, repeats Nathan, this time not giving Joe a chance to ignore him. He continues with his questioning. Have you seen the animal boys? Still distracted, Joe answers his question half-heartedly, unsure of Nathan's true intentions, in hopes a short answer would get rid of him. Joe responds in a sarcastic tone. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen them. Excited, Nathan keeps at Joe for more information. You have? Where are they? A bit relieved, suddenly he feels silly for letting his mind wander and worry. Joe leads Nathan out of his space by his right arm with ease, removing him from his line of sight. Oh, Nathan, they live on the island. Don't they? They're somewhere on this island. I don't have dibs on watching those particular boys. I have work to do. Now go, Joe laughs. The boys that are standing with him find Nathan's anxious efforts entertaining to watch. Normally, Joe is successful at deterring Nathan, but this time, Nathan doesn't recognize his threatening behavior. He moves back into Joe's frontal view, forcing himself into Joe's conversation once more. The way the little runt was acting, increasing his curiosity. Joe looks down on him, just sure of Nathan's ridiculousness, but decides this would be a good show for those surrounding him. So he decides to engage in the banter, curious to see where it would lead. What, Nathan? Questions Joe with a smile. Have you seen the animal boys at all today? Nathan tries again to be taken seriously. No, Joe answers, finding humor in the exchange. He couldn't resist tipping his head up and back while grinning from ear to ear, but he was able to hold back the chuckle in his throat. When he looks back down to focus on Nathan, he's gone. Joe scans around the area for him, but doesn't see him. Joe is perplexed. He's unsure whether he should give this matter more attention or not. End of chapter 25.